I've opened my eyes to the thrilling, fulfilling, spine-chilling, unwritten stuff. It's no surprise that I've been killing and killing and killing and killing it. Are you feeling the groove? Am I making you move? Baby, come hop on this ride. There's nowhere that we can't fly, nowhere that we can. I just had all this excitement, release all my cards, lightning. I just had all this excitement, release all my. I just had all this excitement, let it happen, I'll fight it. Release all my cards, lightning. I spent so much time in the beginning, tried dimming myself, such a pity, right? I don't come from lies. No, I can't stop winning and winning and winning and winning life. Are you feeling the groove? Am I making you move? Baby, come hop on this ride. There's nowhere that we can't fly, nowhere that we can. I just had all this excitement, release all my cards, lightning. I just had all this excitement, release all my. I just have all this excitement, let it happen, I'll fight it. Release all my cards, lightning. Are you feeling the groove? Am I making you move? Baby, come hop on this ride. There's nowhere that we can't fly.
Yeah.
Oh my
Nice.
God.
Beautiful. What a great way to start the show.
You know, it's the Ten of Cups, dude. Like,
Ugh.
after all of the gruel that we've gone through to get here, man. Last week, the Nine of Cups, like, I did get a couple wishes fulfilled, and like, it just was a really gratifying emotional week as opposed to the soul searing, mind shredding feeling. Way better. And you know, now this week we're in the Ten of Cups. You know, the Nine of Cups is still like making things happen, and it's about to take. It's like the big celebration's about to happen, but now we're like all kind of hanging. It's like Thanksgiving dinner, and everybody's like in a really good zone and loving everybody. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and I'm so your artwork goes so amazing with like your music, but like it was so perfect with that. That was such a amazing video. Like,
I have no idea. That song, you know, sometimes the universe will reach out and give you exactly what you need when you need it. And where I was emotionally at the time that she sent me that song, and I didn't have any discussion with her at all. We just, hey, we're going to do a song, you know, Ten of Cups, send me a tune, I'll cut something, right? And it just wound up, like, I listened to it a couple times. I actually, you know, the video I did last week with Leah doing the bubbles, I actually cut it to that first. And it was really cool, but I don't know, it was just screaming for wings.
So cool. And then some of the images you had in there, I noticed you doing something new. It was almost like I saw a face in there, but then the wings were still the whole image. Really good,
Yeah.
really amazing. And you know what? I think what's cool is what you're saying about the music is there's this new genre called high vibe. And I know a few artists who are very spiritual and kind of kind of understanding their own power, and just the beauty of it all, and translating that into music, and that definitely comes through in the energy. There's no doubt. It's awesome.
Yeah. It's
Very
just,
cool.
I got to spend some time. Heaven is on tonight, right?
Yeah,
Is she
yep.
here? Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
she's in the back room waiting
Okay,
for
yeah.
us to introduce her.
I think we should bring her on through most of the show because she's just a little fucking ball of sunshine, and I'm like, I got to go over and spend Thanksgiving last year with Frankie and some friends, and her daughter was down from Brooklyn, and we got to spend some really cool time talking, and just really, I mean, she just has her head on like so straight,
That's awesome.
Especially being in Brooklyn and the music scene. I mean, it's so easy not to, so I'm just really delighted to share her little attitude and happiness, and find out what she's doing with her music and what's going on.
Awesome. Well, all right. Well, then let us.
Well, yeah, let's bring her in. Without
We'll
further
take no more time, but I just wanted to introduce the voice behind the song that we just heard, which was amazing. And welcome to the Fool's Journey, Heaven.
Jilly, Leah, what's up? Hey, Heaven, how are you, baby?
Hey, how are you?
I wanted to tell you personally that song just like took me out of a really fucking dark place, man. Like it was a bad place. And I've listened to that song like 2 or 3 times, and I started cutting those silly bubble images to it. And it's just like, wow, it just changed my whole perspective and my whole vibe. And it's just like, I've cried like several times through working on that song. It's you don't often get somebody to be able to tell you their emotional response to your work, but amazing.
No, it was special. Thank you so much.
I love it.
Yeah, I made that song as kind of like a chant to myself, to like as my gratitude, for the way that I live my life right now. And that really means a lot when you tell me like it changed you, it made you feel, it took you out of somewhere, because like that's really my goal with my music, is just to like take these transcendent feelings that I can bring myself to and bring others to that with like my songs and my words and my music.
That's awesome.
So thank you.
Well, you keep putting out songs like that, and I'm like, I've played that for a bunch of people too, and they're all like, wow,
everybody who reacts to it is can feel it. It's very authentic, and there's definitely some high vibe behind it. I don't know your story. I don't know.
Yeah, I love what you said when you were talking about the genre of high vibe, because I've had like some difficulty. So right now I'm like doing an electronic pop album, but I'm still kind of like figuring out my sound. That is more like a high vibe sound. So it's like really, thank you for that, because I've been having like some difficulty trying to figure out. I've just been saying electronic pop just to like give it a broad but like
to me it has the groove of that, and that the beat, like, man, it just makes you go, right? But and your little, they're not like big dubstep drops, but you've got great little drops in there, and it's like it just has such a nice feel throughout the whole
I think it's more than that. I think it's definitely that, but beyond the musicality, I definitely think high vibe is a great description of the genre.
Yeah, because the emotions behind it.
You feel it. You feel it. So I'm going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. Can I ask you to turn your phone sideways so you get equal billing in the show? And hopefully it'll snap into place.
she might have to go into
okay. No, forget about it. You might have. Oh, there you go. There
go.
you go.
Awesome. Look at you.
Awesome.
Oh, we lost her.
Yay.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that was really wonderful. And I do gotta say, it's funny, your mom was like, oh, she's nothing like me. And man, you just remind me of your mom's vibrant energy.
I really wanted your mom to just come on, pop in at the end of the show and like surprise you.
No, but when she was younger, I've known your mom for a while, and she, she was full of this gusto, you know what I mean, and definitely comes through,
you know what? As much as I tried to stray away from like being just like mom, I've found it a huge gift that I'm just like, wow. Like she's
that's a good
That's
thing,
awesome.
baby.
one of a
That's
kind.
awesome. Yeah,
Your
that's
mom's
awesome.
Yeah.
class. She is, man. She really is.
Yeah. I always say she's me, but she's the 80s rocker chick tattooed version of me. I'm
Yeah,
more like
exactly.
the fairy, like
The hippie one.
hippie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That's awesome. Very cool. Well, welcome to
So,
the Fool's
so
Journey.
I don't know how much you've been following the show or not, but we've taken the tarot deck and we're going card by card through the week, and in a really just peculiar and strange way, it's attached to me, and like whatever the meaning of the card is that week winds up manifesting in my life in like this enormous way. So I've been wanting to have you on for a while, and I thought it'd be really great to have you on for the Ten of Cups, which is one of the happiest cards in the whole deck. So, we're going to discuss that a little bit. Feel free to jump in, and I'll probably ask you some stuff along the way too. But we're gonna talk about that, and then the last half we'll get into. I'd love to know how your music's going and where you're going with it and what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I'm
Awesome.
so happy to have you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. So excited to be here.
So, Mr. Zen.
Yes, sir.
Ten of Cups.
Yeah, let's do
And
it.
yeah, there you go.
Know
the drill, my brother.
Let's freaking do it. So the Ten of Cups, the Lord of perfected success. A wonderful card. The Ten of Cups is about true happiness and lasting spiritual fulfillment. Your cups runneth over. It's the part of the fairy tale where the hero and the heroine live happily ever after. This happiness that is no way temporary. This is happiness that is no way temporary. You have come to the most beautiful place to enjoy the rest of your life in peace and contentment. Finally. Yeah. All your dreams have become real, and the life you created so carefully in your mind and nurtured in the world has materialized in the most perfect fashion. Everything in your life that you need to be happy will be yours in abundance, including fun. You worked really hard at tending your crop, and now it's time to really enjoy the bountiful feast of the harvest, share your good fortune, and live in a state of gratitude. Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Man, that just gives a permagrin, doesn't it?
Totally. This is definitely, and I remember you a couple of times saying how this was one of your favorite cards.
That's the wrong card, bro.
No. I just went to that accidentally. Sorry. I was supposed to pull it out altogether. It was go to full screen, but
the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups we looked at last week, and that's about like growing up to this thing and being in the middle of it, and it's happening, and it's like, wow, it's everything that you want. Mm-hmm. The Ten of Cups is like after that's all been accomplished, and everybody's like just enjoying the success and the feeling of accomplishment and that just deep emotional glow that happens when what was supposed to happen did, and this card and the Ten of Pentacles both have a quality of lasting, staying power to them, like this is emotional happiness, and you can have a really good time with your friends and be really happy, and then the next day, you're in the pit. But what this really represents is an evolution of your feelings with your emotions.
Right. And not so much an emotion, but an actual state of being.
No, it's actually emotions.
Oh, okay. I thought
you're dealing with your lower emotions, like anger and rage and jealousy and
like a totality of
exactly. And you've like been able to manipulate that and evolve above that into just this like harmonious zone. That's the best way that I can describe how this card feels at its maximum. It's just like everything's in harmony. Like there's no dissonance, there's no shrill anything. It's just everything's in harmony. Your relationships are in harmony. Love is flowing freely between everyone, and it's just a really glorious moment. And it's the kind of emotional state that provides a fertile ground to like make further dreams happen, because when you're no longer destroying, like, dude, I wish I had a quarter for every time I did a magical working and okay, I'm going to make this. And because I'm like such an emotional buffoon, man, for whatever reason, I'd start chewing on it and ruined it. you know? So now it's like, it's at this point where you don't do that anymore. You make your smooth moves, you show it out into the
Gotcha.
wave, and it just manifests and stays with you. You know, the Ten of Pentacles, you know, that is about lasting abundance. The Ten of Cups is totally about your emotional landscape
Well,
and
well, I
how
did.
that deals. Go ahead.
I didn't know where to start. I was like, oh, what am I seeing in this card? What do I want to start looking at to zoom in? And you said something about love, and right here I can see this heart right here.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
And
this
the
other,
two eyes at
and
the top of
but
the
then I
cup.
see, but I see this as an infinite heart. Look, there's a heart upwards, and then there's a heart upside down over here. It's like an infinite
Oh,
heart.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And those who joined, it's kind of represents relationships and
Yeah.
that union.
I
You
love
know,
it. I love
can
it.
you zoom into that a little more?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me see here. Whoops. There we go.
Yeah, awesome. I love the eyes that are looking at you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
On the surface of the cups.
Oh, I see that.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah. Amazing. And I see like almost like a half a face coming out of behind a pillar over here, like in a hood. Do you see this?
You know what I see? I see like a castle, like a palace directly above the heart.
Oh, right here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like your palace. You
In
know,
the
like that's the
distance
place
right
you
here.
come home
Yeah.
to.
Look at that. Wow. Yeah. This infinite zoom. Look at that. Whoa.
yeah, right?
So great.
Okay, now that you've like changed that perspective and gone into it, now that's a whole nother image. That's a whole nother world in and of itself.
Absolutely.
That's like your fairy place, your happy place.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it.
They
I
just
love
kind
it.
of really they go on and go out infinitely, which is really, really
Yeah,
fun.
I love this little
Oh,
face
can
down
you
here.
scroll up a little bit, my brother?
Sure. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. You happen to know what the planetary symbol at the top is, Mr. Zen, perchance?
I do not, but I have my pen ready because you're always giving me the new one.
Isn't this like, I don't know, and also isn't that the sign for male?
Yeah, that's the sign for male. Yes.
Maybe it's like giving like masculine energy, something about like, I don't know, being secure, being taken care of, like just with that masculine energy.
That is amazingly correct. And as a matter of fact, that symbol is a symbol for the planet Mars, which is purely, that represents male energy. You just come from Venus, which is the female energy. And that is definitely male.
I also like how the cups are like champagne flutes. I don't know.
How the cups, maybe say that again.
The cups look like champagne flutes.
Yeah, these in the background.
So it's like, for me, it's giving like celebration. It's like just like cheers to like the life we've created.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay, now if you look at the very background,
up here,
like where the symbol for Mars is, that little thing that it's in. If you look down below that in the background, doesn't it look like a little lion kind of cat kind of thing looking?
Oh yeah, the eye here, the eye and the nose. Yeah. I see that. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things about this card.
I love
very
it.
perfect for like the Leo season that we're in right now. I'm also a Leo. My birthday's next week.
Nice. Yeah, these. I mean, Heaven. We sit and we look at these things like for an hour. They're so awesome. These cards.
Yeah, they are cool. I love
they're just amazing, and you could just really see different things. Cool. That's awesome, man. I think I have a new favorite card, Brian.
Yeah, I love this card. Same.
Thank you so much. This is a real happy card. Every time I pull this for reading, I just get like this little joy rush, which is totally amazing. So let me talk about the tens in general. Heather, Heaven, what we do every week is like this week we'll be doing the tens. So I'm trying to teach Michael the tarot. Nice. My goal is by the end of this show, and we're coming up on a year, man. That's kind of
wow.
crazy. Yeah. So my goal is by the end of the show to have exposed him to enough that he can do a little 3-card reading for himself, and I'm going to make him do one for me.
Oh no!
Hey.
I don't know that I'm holding out a whole lot of hope at the moment, but hope. So what we're doing is going back and like we're doing the cups this week and focusing on that, but we're going to review the tens again as
Okay.
well. So
I love it.
let's go back to the 10 of wands, please.
Alrighty, let's do
And
that.
in general, the tens represent the completion of whatever the sequence of from the wands. So like the ace of wands is the initial burst of energy that you have for this, and it flows through the whole like sequence of all of those cards. And at the end of that, this is now the completion card. So this is where that energy of competition and working it with a group of people and accomplishing that's where this one ends up. It's kind of an intense card because some people call this card oppression because it
Yeah,
is
I was
so
looking at the words and I was feeling like this is not as happy as the other one.
no, but you have to remember that we just came from like the 7 of wands,
yeah,
you know, which is a fight. You're up on the hill, but you know, and there's 6 people down below, but you have the higher ground, so you're probably going to win that. You know, then we go to the 8 of wands, and that's a speedy news. Then we go to the 9 of wands, and the 9 of wands is you. Now there are 8 other people. You're on even ground, and you are totally outnumbered. And what's required from that card is to just like dive headlong into it without care of whether you win or lose, that you just have to do it. And then this is the completion of that sequence where it's kind of been a really intense battle and things have been won, things have been lost. Yeah. Okay, now we just reviewed the 10 of cups.
okay.
Yeah, and this card is all about energy. So this is not about really people attacking you. This is really about having the energy like around you be in this kind of intensity. And really in the Fool's Journey story, what happens is that the guy has like gone through all of those things. He's built his business. Now his business is up at this place where, okay, say like it's use music. You know, you get in the music business because you love writing songs and you love playing and you love performing for people. So you do that and you get recognized and you get all this acclaim, and all of a sudden now you're an executive and you're got a record company and you realize you have all these things you thought, wow, that'd be really badass. But now you're like so consumed with stuff and keeping that goal and that dream and that construct alive that now you don't really have time to write any music. You know, so in a way, you've kind of like made it so that the thing that started you on that journey is impossible to do because you've made your life so close. So then you go back to the ace of cups, which is the beginning of love and recognition and emotional expression. And that cycles through all of those cards and gets to the 10 of cups, which is absolute emotional. You know, that the cups, you know, when you really start living these cards, those lessons are really, 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 really intense, man. From the 5 of cups, where it's like 5 cups of water, 3 of them are knocked over, you know, and you have to like not focus on what's been lost, but maintain, you know, your vision that there's still things left to be able to build on. And focus on that and move ahead, you know. And then the 6 is that like kind of nostalgic look back at the way things have been. Then we get to the 7 of cups where everything looks like an illusion and you're disillusioned with everything. And what seemed so solid is just kind of vaporous now. And it's this really kind of depressing kind of area. And then you move on to the 8 of cups, which is that, you know, it's the addiction card, you know. It's like the walking away, and the whole thing about that card is recognizing something that is no longer serving you, whether that's a relationship, an addiction, alcoholism, whatever that is, and that now you've like gotten up and left it and walked away, which is great and depressing too. You know, so it's like
I totally get that. Yeah,
this whole like road, you've just been through this really emotional gruel.
Yeah.
All of those things, though, like losing those things that you thought were so important, you realize, no, they really weren't.
Right.
Being disillusioned with all of these things, it makes you focus on what you really want and find deep inside you where's your mode, not this outside stuff. And then walking away from something, as hard as that is, that really ultimately serves you. I mean, walking away from addiction, taking control back of your life, getting those things back in order.
Yeah,
it's a really great thing, even though it's painful.
No, and this whole thing is really relevant to me too. What's going on with me too? So,
and having the courage to go ahead and face that, you then get to move into this glorious area of the Nine of Cups, where you start realizing the real you. And like you start being joyful about the things that make you joyful, and you have this opportunity now. I always love that card because it's all these cups filled except one, and that's where your wishes for your fulfillment go. And like we reviewed last week, again, it's an emotional scenario, not like money. That's the Nine of Pentacles. This is about like feeling safe, feeling validated, feeling heard, feeling loved unconditionally. All of those things are emotional riches. So, in one way or another, that's what that card is all about. And then the Ten of Cups, which is where we are tonight, is the ultimate completion of that. And yes, you've risen above all of those lessons through all those cards, all of that pain, all of that hardness, man. And it's like giving you like this vision of what's real and what is good for you and what is good for the people around you. And it lasts as long as you do. I love that.
Yeah. I'm breathing out. I'm breathing out what no longer serves me.
Yeah.
Yes. Nice.
All right. So let's move on to the Ten of Swords.
All right.
I have to tell you, I'm not particularly looking forward to that, Stu. I'll be really happy when we get to the Pentacles. So the Ten of Swords, that's the completion. The swords are an air element, so that's all about the mind and all about mental things and the torture that you give yourself inside, and it's really about talking and plans and stuff. So like we've just been through the Nine of Cups or the Nine of Swords, and those swords are hanging over you waiting to fall on you. And to me, that's even more brutal than the 10, because my ability to construct bad outcomes for a situation I'm worrying about is absolutely infinite. So, the Nine of Swords is about waiting for the swords to fall, and you're thinking about how nasty that's going to be. The Ten of Swords is finally like the swords have fallen. That mode of operation that you were in is now no longer functioning, and it's dead. So there's no longer the anticipation of something bad happening. Like what was going to bad happened, and now it's like time to move on, and it gives you the ability to move on. While you're waiting for it to happen, you really have no ability to move on. So you're just kind of trapped in that like shredding mental shred area, which for me as an Aquarian airhead, that's kind of a brutal place to be. All right, let's move on to the 10 of
this image is amazing to me too, because like what I do with my photography, like just some of the fractal stuff that happens, when you do this kind of stuff with your imagery is just amazing. And this is like such a perfect sacred geometry, kind of looking image. It's really, really amazing. I love it. All right, so we're going to the discs here now.
All right, my happiest favorite card in the deck. And I have a story at this point to tell you that relates to this. So, we're planning this big adventure out to Death Valley, which is going really great. Jan Parvanian's already he's excited about doing art and talking about what we're going to do. I got the little kid, I say little kid. This guy moved in across the complex from me. He's a little techno wizard with a 3D printer, man. So he's printing up 3D creepy babies.
You were telling me, amazing.
Yeah. So creepy baby's going to go with us to Death Valley, and that whole adventure is just proving to be like, wow, what a dream come true. It's happening. Okay, I'm born on February 1st, 2/1 at 3:18 in the morning on the gibbous moon, on the gibbous full moon. So this is happening on March 21st 2-1, which is the spring equinox and the day of bursting new energy. And we are arriving there at 3:18, and it will be the gibbous full moon.
Nice.
So I did an extrapolation of the rest of the cards.
Okay.
And the last show for this will be the Ten of Pentacles in Death Valley.
Wow. That's hysterical. That's hysterical.
Oh my goodness. It is just so like
you love that stuff.
What do you mean? Are you kidding? I live for that stuff.
It's amazing. No, it's amazing. I'm just preoccupied with this image here because it's really like almost chilling and reminding me of this image right here.
Well, that's exactly right. It's the tree of life. That's what it's about.
Yes. It's just so you know, your images always leave me wordless. It's just like speechless. It's crazy. So go ahead. You talk. I'm just gonna look.
So this card relates to the tree of life and the Kabbalah, and each of those is related to a particular sephira. The top three cards, the top three spheres, those are different symbols for the different forms of Mercury, the tree of prime, and then all of those, there's symbols on all of the spheres. And you know, I think I've talked about this before. Well, first of all, Ten of Pentacles is all of the pentacles relate to material, real world stuff, money, property, stuff in your house, your health, your body, anything that's really materialized in the world. This is what these cards relate to. So the Ten of Pentacles actually represents lasting, like the Ten of Cups represented lasting emotional abundance. This card represents lasting material abundance. This is like, you know, huge lottery money, the kind of money that you can leave to your kids.
Legacy. Yeah, I was just going to say legacy as you said that. Yeah.
And charitable work. And it's the kind of money that grows itself. And it's just, you know, you don't have to worry about that anymore. And that is just a really glorious card. And for that card to be the start of our Death Valley adventure could not be any better.
That's awesome.
Heather, I keep calling you Heather. Would you slap me the next time I do that?
Heather. Heaven.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry. I very, very apologize. We are doing this major adventure out to Death Valley on the equinox, on the spring equinox. And on the equinox and the solstices now, this will be the first one and creating our model for the future ones. We're going to do destination light painting tutorials. So we're going to go out to really beautiful places. Death Valley is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in the whole world. I've got a couple of other really bad, actually they're my heroes. Like Jan Parvanian is the guy. I saw some of his work, and that's the reason I started light painting. So they're going to go out with us. We're going to do a night a piece doing a tutorial. I've got a little movie written with my little creepy baby guy, and we're going to create a movie while we're there. And it's just wonderful. A magical adventure on every single level. And I'm just so stoked. And you know, sometimes when things are meant to happen, the universe gives you all these little hints and go ahead, green light.
Wow, that's awesome. That's gonna be a trip. I can't wait to see what it comes like, the fruitions of the labor.
It's gonna be awesome.
Really super fun. So any other 10 stuff, Mr. Zen?
No, I mean, other than I would love to revel in the 10 for a while. Do we have to move on from that? I'm
no, we can stay there. And I want to ask Kevin, did any of that make any sense to you?
Oh yeah. So basically talking about what we're doing right now with the 10 of Cups, that resonates so much with what I'm going through, especially what I just went through this weekend. So I just came back from this music festival called Elements, where the constant theme in my mind was the whole thing of, wow, like I have the fruitions of my labor. I feel really at peace with everything that I've created, and just kind of what we were talking about with the totality of acceptance of like my feelings and who I am and like this life that I've created, like really for the goods of it and the bads of it, even though like the bads were not really even that bad. Like I injured myself trying to do a young girl thing that I my of a limitation of my body. And you know, it wasn't like a, oh, I seriously injured myself. I like strained my muscle. But then it
Right.
was something where I was like, okay, like that was the universe giving me a little bit like of a reality check, but like in a playful kind of like, we're just gonna
setting
give you a
setting
warning
some
this
boundaries.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and then also just so much of like being supported by everyone around me and really just like accepting where I am and just continuous gratitude of where I've gotten myself, you know?
That's
So
awesome.
it was all like completely on point. I was so pleasantly surprised, and I read the card and did the description earlier before I went on the podcast. But yeah, scary accurate as it always is.
How did you decide? How did you get started? When did you start writing music? Did you write the music? You wrote the music for that too, right?
Yeah,
How did
so that one specifically I wrote, it actually sounded more like a like mountain country folk song when I wrote it. Like, cuz I wrote it on the guitar, so it was just kind of more like a upbeat kind of like everyone around the barn can sing it together, you know, like kind of song. So back
Cool.
to what you said about when did I start writing music? I guess in high school. I always like, so I learned piano first and had always been singing since I was a young girl. But like when I started playing music for myself to sing, I learned it through YouTube actually, and then like didn't have a piano at home, so I would just use the piano in my chorus room, go every day, like any free moment in school that I had, I was basically in the chorus room playing piano. So in high school, I ended up writing a few songs for myself, but really like throughout like my late teens, early 20s, was just like, I don't know, it's just like cathartic for me. It's very like I feel like I get these muse messages kind of just like from the universe, and it comes out of me in a way where
Mhm.
I'm just so like I ran from music being my calling for a little bit. And that's where also this the meaning of this song comes in, because it's like I
Mm.
finally, and oh my god, and it's so Ten of Cups, because it's like I've opened my eyes to this like amazing thing, like, and it's just like all about being in like your
That you
power of like I
created. Yeah.
finally realized like if I could sit in this gratitude, I could embrace my cosmic lightning
Mm.
and just like shine the best I can.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, like as we're talking about it, I'm like, this is actually about this card.
Yeah. Nice. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And
Leah just wrote something? She had the passion to do the work. That's so true, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's one thing to have passion about something, but it's another thing to have the passion to actually put in the work. It's work.
It is
Yeah.
work.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's
You have
fun,
to choose happiness.
gratifying, but you have to
Yeah.
put in some effort to make that.
I think, yeah,
Absolutely.
especially to get to the point where you're playing at a festival, you know what I mean? Like, I
Oh,
think,
well, you know, it's funny. I was just attending, but I also did end up
oh,
playing. One day I just took my guitar and walked around the whole campsite, just being like basically like a parade. Like just like
right.
walking, 'cause they have like art cars, and so like people like they DJ go and drive around, and like they have cool cars, so like people are always like watching. But what I did is I just was like standing, had my guitar, and was dressed like a cow that day. It was so cute. And and then just like walked around, and like it was so beautiful, because like people kept like coming up to me, people were just hanging out at their campsites, and then all of a
Nice.
sudden they hear this like these songs, and like that's incredible. Like I mean,
Nice.
someone told me like I made them cry, like it was beautiful.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of, it's a hard decision to, like you said, embrace, hey, I'm going to do music. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But it seems like, I mean, I know maybe just the community I hang out with, I see so many people who are actually really doing it, really working hard at it, and getting successful, not on a national level, but anybody who hears them, it's almost like, I guess, with the high vibe music, whoever's supposed to hear it hears it, right? It's like it got a very spiritual energy to it. So,
Yeah. You know, it's
that's,
funny too. And I'm like right now very much at the beginning of everything. So like it took me a while to get here, because So forever I've been like, you know, playing these like events where it's like whoever is there like gets to enjoy this music.
Right.
But I was having difficulty basically translating that to like an engineered place. Like I was just more like doing like acoustic stuff and like, you know, just like real like backyard jam vibes.
Right.
But was working with some producers, but it just like wasn't really clicking. About a year ago I started working with one of my friends who's my producer at this moment. And like not even a year ago, 6 months ago, and
Okay.
it's all been like clicking. We were able to do 11 songs in 6 months, which is just like an insane rate. All
Yeah.
the songs
Yeah.
are so incredible. And
Awesome.
basically we're at the beginning of this journey where now that we have this in our back pocket, these 11 songs, we're now going to start going to labels, start the marketing journey. So it's really all at the beginning. So again, with this like the cups and like the 10 of cups, where it's like it's all coming together. I finally can like sit down, take a break, embrace like all the hard work that I've done and the fun, you know? So
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Totally. Mary Jo's out there sharing the fruits of your passion with the world and sharing your gifts and hard work with the universe, shining your light. Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah, no, it really is. And again, I love the whole genre, and I love because I guess because of where I'm at, you know, in my life and what I can appreciate as far as other people on their journey, you know, again, I some of the terminology I don't love, but it's true. And you know, it's great that you're at this place and it manifests itself the way that it does. It's very joyous, you know, there's a lot
Yeah,
of
and
joy and
I just want to invite people to join me. You know what I mean? And that's where it's like there's that
Well,
line where I say like
to that point, baby, are you playing out somewhere right now?
yeah, what have you got to promote?
Where are you playing? Where can people go hear you?
well, exactly. So this is the thing, like what I was saying right now. Right now I'm really focusing on just writing. So me and him, we're going in as a writing team. So I mean, I still am doing my solo stuff, but like I'm also just like continuously going to be writing with him. Like every week I just go into the studio. I'm like at a place where because we're about to do the marketing, I'm just taking it slow, I'm taking it steady. I'm appreciating how the journey is going, and I'm not like pushing myself to perform at any places. So
It's all
nowhere
good.
yet, nowhere not right now, but everything is on its path. So people can actually listen to this stuff because right now it's not on Spotify, it's not on Apple Music, but all that should be happening within the next about before the end of the year. So
Cool. That's not that long to wait.
yeah.
You do
So
have
do
an
you have a
Instagram.
website or anything? Do you have a website or anything?
No, so people
Instagram.
can follow me on Instagram at underscore XOXO heaven with two N's. Yeah, and it's a public account. So, and then basically, I'm going to be keeping up with my audience through that account. Eventually, soon, switching to
Is
a
that
new
correct?
specific account.
Is that
Yes,
correct?
underscore heaven. Yes, with two N's. Perfect.
Good.
Um,
There you go.
yeah, so people can just like hang out with me, get to know me through my Instagram, and I will
Awesome.
be keeping people posted about you know, updates and where they could hear my music. And
Super
also I
exciting.
implore people to like reach out to me. And if they're curious, like everything that you heard, what you heard today, that's a demo. Like that's not even completely mixed.
Awesome.
So it's
Yeah.
like I have some demos ready, and I'm definitely like open to sharing them and like showing people what I'm doing. But that's something that like, you know, having a personal conversation with somebody and like, you know, so people,
Right.
if they want to reach out to me in that way, I could like
Mhm.
send them a little something, even though I'm advised not to because like my producer wants me to wait till everything's ready. But like, you know,
No,
if
you're
people are like
excited.
willing to
Right.
come out and
Yeah.
chat to me, like I could let people in with me on this journey. And like, you know, I
Yeah,
just think
that's
that's
cool.
really special to be like close to your fans
And
like that.
that, you know what, that is, I think that's cool. And with the way media is and content these days, I think different versions of songs are interesting to people to hear it. You know, if you release it and it's different than what they heard, that's kind of cool. It's like, oh wait, I heard
Yeah.
a different
And you
version
know
of it,
what's
you
actually
know?
funny too? Like people have asked me, like I have friends who've asked me, "Oh, can you send me some stuff?" And I always end up like sending them like a different one because we have a bunch of songs that we're making
Right.
and continuously making. And it just always ends up being like the one they needed to hear. You know, like just like super randomly. I don't know
Isn't
how
that
they
how it
I'm like,
works? Yeah.
"Oh, I'm gonna send you this one." And then they're like, get it, and they're like, wow, that was just like exactly what it needs to hear. And like they all have their different vibes, but the common thread for me, I think, is empowerment, like being in your true power, being you know, and some of them are like that one specifically is like more happy and like in that emotional state, but some of them are darker, you know, some of
Right.
them are like looking at your shadow self and like
Right.
accepting like I also have this that
Right.
I feed, you know, like
Right. And
so
that, like you said, that'll hit the right people at the right time who it's supposed to
yeah,
hit.
yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. I love to hear that that's how you're experiencing it, you know. That's
Yeah.
great. That's really
Thank
cool.
you.
So where do you want to go? Where do you want to be going? Where would you like to play if you could pick
Oh,
out
I mean,
one
like if
place in
I
the
could
world?
firstly, me being at this festival this weekend, I was continuously the whole time like, guys, like I'm gonna be playing this festival next year. Like that's when that's happening, and it's very like attainable too because like half of that festival is like create. Like I also do event management. So like I ran a venue at SantaCon. Like I do like a bunch of these like different things. Like I just worked the psychedelic conference last year, Horizons. That was really awesome. Like
Nice.
so like I'm like on that sphere. So like the people who throw these festivals and events, like half of them are my friends. So it's
That's
like
awesome.
it's really obtainable for me to be
Yeah.
playing at that event, but like I would love to play Gov Ball. Like I kind of want to do all the festival circuit. That for me, that's my home. You know, that community is just so beautiful for me, and it's like that's where I learned like what it is for other people to appreciate music and what they appreciate about like
Mhm.
good performances. So like I take
Sure.
so much of like how I build myself as an artist, the inspiration I get from like what I see other people do. Like I'm always continuously
Mhm.
learning, like growing what kind of music I like and what sounds and like vibes I want to incorporate in my songs. So it's like yeah, like Electric Forest, Gov Ball would be
Right.
amazing. Like that's when I
So
feel like I made it, you know?
so
Like
let me ask you a question. And I don't know the answer to this, but it's okay. Whatever it is do you have a lot of experience performing the songs, or is it more like writing the songs, like on a big stage? Like, have you
yeah, so
performed?
like my songs in general, I used to do musicals growing up. So
Okay,
I'm very comfortable
performance. Yeah, yeah,
being
yeah, yeah.
like on the stage.
Great, awesome.
And also like a few like little events like my mom threw a tattoo convention at Nassau Coliseum when
Yep,
I
yep.
was
I was there.
15. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I sang there, so that was awesome. Like that was
Awesome.
probably one of the most people I sang for. But and then my song specifically, like I said, like I'm used to doing these like small like Burning Man events where it's
Mhm,
like
mhm.
yeah, like it's like I've done a lot of my songs at those events where people really got to hear my stuff. And also in New York City, like I'm constantly like busking, which is like performing
Nice.
on the street.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
really do it for
Absolutely.
money. I just do it to just like share my
That's great.
stuff and
Yeah,
like
that's awesome.
so yeah, like and having those experiences of people like me singing a song and being like, yeah, I wrote that one, and everyone's like, what? Like, you know, so I have a
That's
lot of
awesome.
experience yeah, performing
Sweet.
my pieces.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Yeah,
I
it
want to
sounds
harass
very
you.
authentic.
I want to harass you to play a live song next time I have you on.
Oh yeah, 1000% next time. For sure, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Will you?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would be so great.
I'm a little
Okay,
hoarse today.
because you wouldn't play one live tonight. We're going to end the
Yeah.
song with that video again. With
Yes,
that we
please.
opened.
Yes, please. I would love that. Yeah, I would do it today, but I'm like, I'm a little hoarse, you know. I gotta respect my body's limitations. I don't want to come to you guys with, you know, like
That's okay.
radical
Yeah,
stuff.
no, that's okay. We wouldn't want you to hurt yourself.
And when you're ready to start promoting your album, man, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's top of the list
Yay.
for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, 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 totally. Yeah, you are a great ball of energy. And again, I just love this high vibe music idea because it goes beyond just music. You know what I mean? It's like you said, you use it as a tool to connect to people,
Yeah,
and that's so gratifying to you because you wrote that song, you had no idea that person that's responding to it even existed. You know what
yeah.
I mean? And here
You know
here's
what? I didn't, but I've grown to know that we all have that. You know, like it's
Mm,
not something that I just have the superpower about. It's like we all do as soon as we recognize it, as soon as we recognize the oneness, you know, that we're all like connected. You know, it's I always say like I think everyone
wow,
is capable of feeling the things that I feel. I've just like
absolutely.
been innate to access that since I was like a child. Like so
So, what is your superpower?
I mean, so I think my superpower is like my throat chakra. Like I've done meditations before where, you know, I've listened to the messages of each chakra and what it's telling me, and my throat chakra always tells me I don't have an issue with it. You know, it's more telling me speak up so others don't feel like they feel brave to also like say your messages so others can receive them and like be awake to that too. So it's like that is I think I just am the like I have the channel for the muse. You know, like
Right.
I'm just kind of like conduit.
And I think you really enjoy inspiring people too. Like you kind of, it's like a healing for you when they come up to you and say, "Oh my God, you did this." So
It
I'm imagining,
1000% gets my rocks off.
I'm imagining like you performing and like younger little girls coming up to you and just being excited, and you were
It's
just
so
like, you love
special.
that. Yeah,
It's so special. I mean, like I try to embody that not even when I'm just performing, but like for instance, I wear a fairy wing backpack, and I just like love when people come up to me and like are like, "Oh my God," like or like little kids like look at me and I'm just like, "Hi," you know, like
right,
I just
right,
like
right.
want to like inspire people with everything that I bring to like just be their like silly child self, like to
Yeah,
embrace
yeah,
the magic, you know, like live in that
totally.
place. Don't be so serious, you know, like
Oh, I
there's
love
not
it.
enough
I
time for
can't wait to
that.
see you perform. That's awesome.
Thank
It's
you.
so
Yeah, me
great to
too.
meet you. I had no idea. I mean, again, I was at that show. I probably saw you sing, and I don't know if we met, but I was working, so probably not.
I
But that
well, it
it's
was
just
great
so
to meet you
awesome.
now.
What's that?
It was great to meet you now.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Amazing to meet you. We still got a couple minutes, Brian. I don't think we have to. I mean, unless you want to just like, you got some closing thoughts
Oh
or
no, I'm not
plans.
ready to go
Oh,
yet.
you know what? Yeah. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I do got a whole folder of amazing wizard art that you sent
Oh
me.
yeah, like female empowerment. I thought that'd be a good theme for heaven tonight. You know,
Awesome.
heaven and her mom are like
Yeah.
the warriors.
Goddesses,
So
total.
I thought Fiona would be a great subject. My
All
school
right. So let's
Fiona.
welcome to the show, Fiona. Some amazing new light painting images
Wow.
from Brian, who is just like, I mean, it's just for me, Brian, who's been looking at your artwork for probably a couple of years now. Like I was always appreciating it from when I first saw it, but like it's very evident, like the mastery that's happening, like, you know what I mean, like it's like I'm watching you go from like an amazing artist to an actual master, it's like,
Dude,
Incredible.
listen, I don't mean to make you blush, but it
thank
just
you.
takes a lot of work, like, I mean, I know what goes into it, you know what I mean, and to really understand light painting on this level, you deserve to be doing a couple of nights with your idols in Death Valley. There's just no doubt,
Yes.
Thank you
there's
so
no
much.
doubt. It's the Ten of Cups.
Yes, it is.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah,
Wow, that's incredible.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of these.
Some
Yeah.
I wanna
My
purchase
whole
prints
gig,
from
my
you.
whole gig with the light painting is like I want to be able to. I mean, we live in this energy ocean all the time. There's all this stuff bombarding us. We're emanating energy all the time, and that is the closest I've been able to get artistically to
amazing.
reproducing what I'm
Oh, look
actually
at this.
able to
Wow.
Wow.
experience.
I
Yeah,
want to
So
buy a set of prints from you and hang
I
it up in
think
my
that
house.
I got, let me put them on the other side of the screen so I'm not looking off to the side here I'm like looking on the wrong side in our broadcast. This is just,
Wow.
look at that. I mean, Brian, whew.
these make me
Incredible.
so happy.
Oh, I think
It's
they
just that
make
burst, like
everybody
when
who's
you're like,
looking at them. What's that?
it's just that burst, when you're like just charged and
Amazing. I think anybody who's looking at these gets a vibration off of them, like
Yeah.
happiness and
I
you
also
know.
thought the wings would be really appropriate for tonight too.
Amazing. And so these are some of the newer tubes that you made with the rainbow lights, like
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, exactly.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow. Yeah, some of these are just amazing. And I noticed something very interesting. I don't know if it was intentional, but there's a bunch of images that are very, very specifically feminine, and then there are some that are very, very specifically masculine,
Mm.
like this one. In
Yeah.
particular. Uh, you know,
Well, it's the duality within us all.
I thought that was amazing. I was like, wow, look at what he did with Fiona here. Like, this is just so amazing. Look at this. Holy
You know,
yeah.
every single piece of art that I do now reflects my inner journey and perspective.
Dude, well,
Yeah.
much respect to you because you've achieved something really phenomenal here. You know, and you know, like Heaven saying, I believe we all have this in us, but you know, I think we all don't touch on it.
Everybody has
You
their
know?
own.
Yeah, and everybody touches it when they're ready to touch it, you know, and I think you're certainly touching it.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, amazing. Freaking amazing. All right, we got a couple left here. This is just such an amazing new set of work. And you know, and just again, like even sometimes I'll go back and I'll find some stuff of yours that's old and I'm just like, man, the breadth of this, if that's the right word, the breadth of this work, you know, the depth of it is just phenomenal.
Heaven, I wish you lived closer. I'd love to.
I
I'd love to
know.
show you a couple things here and there.
I know. We could always
The
face
little hearts on that, I'd really love.
Yeah.
These are amazing. I think
I'll be back in Thanksgiving.
Are these I don't know if you've put them up there yet, but are these, you plan on putting these on Fine Art America as prints? And
There's a Fiona section on Fine Art America.
Cool.
You know, Fine Art America, you can only put 25 images up without paying. You know,
gotcha.
So, yeah.
So you got a limited set of art up there at a time.
Yeah, exactly. So I change them out a lot. And,
right.
Yeah, super fun.
Wow. Whew. Amazing stuff,
And
Bryan.
I so hope you're happy with the video. I mean, I had, like, that's the first time you got to see it.
No, you know what? Actually, this is about to be the first time I get to see it because I was having technical difficulties. But before, I know. But before, I do want to preface with like, thank you so much. You don't understand how much I was raving about what I'm about to see. Like the entire weekend being like, I'm so excited. Like this is like part of it too. Like I'm such like a visual and audio artist. So it's like to have somebody create something based off of my work and just like the collaboration of what we could do together. I'm like stoked. I'm excited.
I'm so happy. I'm excited that you haven't watched this yet. And
I know, me too.
Yeah,
I was like kind of sad that I was having issues and I didn't get to see it in the beginning, but I did get to jump in about to hear your comments about it. So I'm like just so excited to see it.
Awesome. So Bryan, should we play it and then come back?
Yeah, let's do it. We're about at that time. Thank you so much for coming on. I can't wait to have you back.
Thank you so much for having me. Oh my gosh, I've been having such a great time. This has been such a pleasure to come home to.
Awesome.
See you all next week.
Bryan, do you want to come back on and respond to the video after we play it, or you just want me to end the show?
Let's just end the show like that.
All right. So awesome, amazing.
Thank you so much for having me.
Everybody, thank you for being here. Enjoy this. Yes, Jill is saying, see the QR code. Oh, I think I took it down. Hold on, let me put the QR code back up. Hold on.
I would like to mention that if anybody wants to contribute to my art and my music, I would love, like, that would be really awesome. They could Venmo me at Heaven7327 on Venmo. Yeah, that would be really appreciated.
Is that listed on your Instagram for people to do?
It is not, but I could hop on my Instagram bio and throw that on there.
You know what? Let me add it quickly to this banner. So
you know what? I think so too, because sometimes Instagram is weird with that. I don't want to get flagged and get my account taken down.
Oh yeah. So say what it is again.
Heaven7327.
Heaven7327.
So I can feel your mom's chest just bursting with pride right now.
Oh, she's my number one cheerleader. Yeah.
I love
awesome.
your mom.
Awesome. I feel your mom coming through in your essence too. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. So again, thanks for being here. We're definitely gonna have you back. And don't go away. We'll talk to you, after the show ends.
Awesome, yeah.
In the green room. And here we go.
I've opened my eyes to the thrilling, fulfilling, spangilling, unwritten stuff. It's no surprise that I've been killing and killing and killing and killing it. Are you feeling the groove? Am I making you move? Baby, come hop on this ride. There's nowhere that we can't fly, nowhere that we can't. I just had all this excitement, release all my cars, lightning. I just had all this excitement, release all my. I just had all this excitement, let it happen, I'll fight it. Release all my cars, lightning. I spent so much time in the beginning, tried dimming myself, such a pity, right? I don't compromise. No, I can't stop winning and winning and winning and winning life. Are you feeling the groove? Am I making you move? Baby, come hop on this ride. There's nowhere that we can't fly, nowhere that we can't. I just had all this excitement, release all my cars, lightning. I just had all this excitement, release all my. I just have all this excitement, let it happen, I'll fight it. Release all my cars, lightning. Are you feeling the groove? Am I making you move? Baby, come hop on this ride. There's no